Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. This time I will show you my updated going second Charmers, Spirit Charmers build. This one, I got a lot of input from the Discord, Master Duel, Charmers Discord, and they advised me to put in Sky Striker cards as a little engine to give Charmer some life, because let's be real, Charmers is a super casual deck. I'm lucky to even get into gold. Nah, I wouldn't say lucky to get into gold. Lucky to stay in gold with Charmers. In Master Duel, I mean, getting beyond gold with Charmers is really, really difficult. I mean, I think I would need, Maxi, more Ash Blossom, just more hand traps in general. That could probably propel me to Platinum. Just, playing a bit of the meta card game. Maybe some Called by the Graves. That would probably be enough. But I have to, cut out some cards to make that work. Let me show you the new and improved deck list. This is, going second Charmers, because going first I barely have a board, so I just prefer to go second. So I'm keeping my DD Crow to banish any monsters in the grave. It comes up, I'd say, like half the time. Jester Confit is a really cool tech that I learned from the Discord. Basically, it's just a easy special summon, just easy material you can get on the field. Droll and Lock, I saved this for, like Flu and other decks that just keep drawing from the deck. So I just run it. It comes up, but not that often. My one Ash Blossom from the bundle. Witch of Black Forest is actually also a really cool tech. So basically you run this with Artemis, and so you normal summon with the witch, you link into Artemis, and then this effect will go off, as long as it's not negated, obviously. So the witch's effect will go off in the grave, and you can search basically any of our monsters, including Jester Confit, which is a free special summon, and especially Witcher Golem, which comes up in one of the replays, which I will show you. So clutch. If you have, all you need is Artemis on the field and Witchcrafter in hand, and you could bounce at least one monster that's attacking you. So it's a cool tech. Doesn't always work, but when it does, it's really, really cool. Then we got one of each familiar possessed. I have two of the familiar animals here because running too many of them isn't so helpful. But a free special summon if you have a spellcaster on the field always helps. I run Incredible Ecclesia because I love Iris. She's just, I would consider her the boss monster of the deck. She just does so much. Her best ability is basically if a monster is special summoned from the extra deck, at least once per turn, you can destroy it. So you just wait until they special summon from the extra deck and pop their monster. It's really effective. I'm running 3 Kaijus because I don't play ranked without it. Witchcrafter Golem, of course, is a beast. Bouncing cards to the hand. Dogmatic Florides. I mean, she helps me in a lot of games also. Having her in the hand, she's an easy special summon. So, if you have more copies of her, it's actually, maybe it's worth running. If you're running going second, even going first, because as long as an extra deck monster is on the field, you can special summon her. So that could be as simple as a Charmer or Artemis. Nibiru I teched in recently, and I am never taking this out. Some of these combo decks start going off, you don't have hand traps, but if you have a Nibiru, they're screwed. So always helps. You know, my solo mode spells here, and then the Sky Striker package. I'm sure in my replays I have this showing, but basically all you need is 2 engage. This is an extra, the afterburners. I could probably cut this out. The Hornet drones is a mandatory, and then the Kugari is a mandatory. The Shizuku and the Hayate I just have, you know, because I have space in the extra deck, but it's not necessary. As I said, the afterburner is not necessary. But basically, the idea is you have an engage in hand. You know, best case, you have an engage in hand, or you know, you just skip straight to the Hornet drones because this is the card that you want. So you play the Hornet drones, you make a Kugari, you use the Kugari's effect to bring Hornet drones back, and then you can so then, you know, it kind of branches from there. Like I said, it's in the Charmers Discord if you want more information. But basically, you play the Hornet drones again, which is another body on the field, which is a dark, and you could either make dark, or you could make Hita, because Kagari is fire, or you know, you could special summon Shizuku or whatever and go into any of the other Charmers, and then just link climb from there, based on the bodies in the graveyard, the opponent's graveyard. And then you can go, say, into Celine, then bring back one of your spellcasters, and then get into access code. So you know that I have this shown in at least one of my replays, which I will show you in a bit. Afterburners, just a tech card. I could probably swap this out for something else. To be honest, it doesn't really come up that often. I just like removing spells, and you know, monster removal is always nice. So I could remove it. I'm gonna keep it in for now. It's just, you know, when I search with engage, I like to see other options. I should just play more Sky Striker, to be honest. But moving on, the Lightning Storm that I got from the bundle, I believe, or I crafted. One or the other. Pot of Prosperity that I crafted comes up. It definitely helps. You know, definitely gets ashed half the time, so it's good ash bait if anything. Awakening of the Possessed. I should run 2 of these, but I'm trying to save my UR points for other decks, more, you know, stronger decks. Sorry guys. Hornet Jones, as I mentioned before. Oh, so I included Widow Anchor, which does come up. You know, if your field is empty, this does come up. Or if you just have a, you know, Link monster in the extra monster zone, you know, these do help. But you know, they're definitely cuttable too. But you should probably run Widow Anchor if you're running, you know, the Sky Striker cards. This always helps. So I got one of these Forbidden Droplets from my pack, and I actually got one of these from the bundle, so it was nice getting a free droplets. I actually had 3 Spirit Charmers, but I actually dismantled it because I hated seeing this get ashed. Like, so in mid ranks anyway, you know, where I play in gold, playing this first is actually a mistake. Because, you know, in other archetypes, you're typically playing your spell card first as ash bait, right? But in Charmers, like, you're literally going, I'm learning all these Yu-Gi-Oh terms now. You're literally going -2 in card advantage because you're discarding a card and you're discarding the Spirit Charmer spell card, and then they ash it, and then you're screwed because, you know, your starting hand went from 5 to 3. So typically, you know, best case scenario, you know, maybe it'll show up in the replays. Best case scenario, you use engage to bait the Ash or the imperm, you know, whatever they have in their hand, and then you run the Spirit Charmers. Because if you run Spirit Charmers first, you're most likely going to lose the match. Because how are you going to win with 3 cards in your hand? With Charmers, especially, you know? So that's the only advice I can give with this. It's you know, most of the Discord players that are higher ranked than me play 3 of these, but I just can't stomach getting ashed again and again on Spirit Charmers. It's just, you know, just crushes my soul. Like, you're losing 2 cards and, you know, you get nothing back. So evenly matched I run because this is a going second build, and this helps. I wouldn't say all the time, but I'd say like half the time. You know, they're confident in their board and they don't OTK me, then, you know, this is pretty cool. Imperm from the bundle, got the 2 possessed partnerships and the 2 unpossessed, which, you know, I would keep at 2 because it comes up, and it's always nice to have a backup. So I would keep these at 2. To get into the extra deck, so I have been beefing up my extra deck, so don't be shocked at how, you know, non-free-to-play friendly it is, because I can show you proof. I am still free to play in this game, but I've just been, you know, upgrading my extra deck as I've been going along. It's been 4 months now, 3 months, August, September, October. I'm into my 4th month in Master Duel, so I got my Time Thief Redoer. It's probably my favorite going first play, because basically you can steal one of their cards and see. I don't really know if it really gives you info on their deck, but if you get a trap, then that's cool, because you could shuffle a card that they're controlling to the top of the deck, or if you get a spell card, you can draw a card. So it's nice, gives you some advantage. This is the Sky Striker package. Artemis we mentioned, it goes with the Witch of the Black Forest. It doesn't really come up otherwise. You got your Charmers here, including Dark, who came recently. Celine always helps to link climb into Axis Code. I rarely use Appaloosa because I rarely have enough material to go into her first turn. So there's that, but I still keep her around. And Underworld, because I faced an Avermax one time and I was so pissed I couldn't, you know, out the Avermax. So now I run an Underworld Goddess. So there's the deck. Let's get into the replays. The proof that I'm still free to play. See, 0 paid gems owned. There you go. I'm a little poor right now, but grinding back up. Alright, first is up against branded Dragonmaids. You know, I'd say they're a little bit stronger than Charmers. Dragonmaid's definitely more consistent, and branded is, you know, meta, so it's just like a weaker version of branded. But yeah, pretty strong deck. They have the Yugioh out and Albaz here to steal my monsters. Luckily, Albaz is not a quick effect, so but Yugioh is. I'm actually learning a little more about Yu-Gi-Oh, so I can explain a little bit about my opponents now, which is nice. So, as you can see in my opening hand, I have Mobilize, which is awesome, and I have Iris, which is always great. So let's see what happens. And I draw Ecclesia, which I always love to see. Alright, so let's go. So Yugioh has an effect where she could, in the standby phase, sorry, it says it right here. The special summon, once per turn you can special summon a level 9 or lower from the grave. So that's how they got that monster. So I run engage, they negate it. See it's negation bait. So they bring house out. So now I could run my place, which is Brigade. Always love to see it. So this card is immune to effects while they control a fusion monster, so that's why it's still there. So I play. Okay, hold on. So just a tip: if you're playing Charmers, you have to put the spell card down first, because if a spellcaster with 1850, which this is not, which Ecclesia is not, but I'm just saying in general, if I normaled Dark, which I may end up doing because I believe I special summoned this because they have a monster on board. So you'll see. I can draw a card because I have Awakening of Possess on the board. Right. So I tribute this for Iris, boss monster. Yeah, see, there you go. I normal summon Dark, and then this effect gave me a card, which is Gigabyte. I mean, this game, I'll admit, the top decking was really awesome for me, and my starting hand. That's probably why I was able to win this match. Otherwise, I think I would have been dead in the water with this deck. This deck has a lot of comeback potential. The branded Dragon. So I made my Time Keeper Doer. I kind of misplayed here because I don't know what. Okay, I'll admit this is the first time I used Time Keeper Deer, so I didn't know what I was activating. But basically, I could have kept that material. There's no need to do that. So he was able to bring back Despia to his hand, and I was able to steal a spell card, which got me the monster reward. So he harpies me, brings in Albaz. So technically I misplayed here. Iris has 3 effects. You know, you can activate one of these effects based on where monster was special summoned from. Hand, special summon a monster from your hand. From the deck, draw 2 cards. So he's special summoned from the deck. I should have just pressed. There's another option you don't see here. Do not activate. I should have pressed that because I could have saved her, you know, her ability for when he brings in a boss monster. Or, you know, he could have used it on Iris, but who really runs Lubelia? I mean, I guess he probably does. But basically, I feel like I misplayed here. You know, we still end up winning, but you know what? I'll actually say we did misplay because the spell cards here helped me to win the game. I can say it could have went either way. So he gets Mirror Jade, banishes my Iris, and then it's a little bit of a game, but he doesn't know I have Widow Anchor in my hand. He gets his Branded Fusion, and his Blazer. That's really strong. Jeez, I didn't know that. So how is he? Oh, where's my? During the end phase, if fusion monster was sent to the grave, add this card. Oh, jeez. All right, so I top deck Florides, which, like I said, this game, my top decking was insane. So I Widow Anchor Brigade and his insurance. I special authorities and put down the solemn warning. And that's game. All right. Pretty good. As I said, I kind of got lucky here. On to the next one. All right. This was my favorite win. You know why? Because it's Brigade. And I know this isn't tier 0 or whatever, Brigade. You know, they've fallen off of the meta because of Branded and Sword Soul and whatever. But I started playing in August, and to climb to gold, you know, for the past few months, I've had to face so many Brigade. I've lost to so many Brigade. It's just, I literally slotted in DD Crow for DPE and Brigade only because I hate them so much. So this win was so worth it. So I had an imperm, which I was trying to figure out when to use it. I think I misplayed here because I think you're supposed to imperm their first search. So I impermed the Karas, which I don't think was the right play because he still has some. So I'm learning about these decks, right? So I think if Brigade has monsters in the grave, they have an advantage because they could always banish monsters from their grave and, you know, link summon or whatever it is that they do, XYZ summon, whatever. So I was kind of slow on the negate here. I feel like I slowed him down, but I luckily had Iris in my hand too, so I was able to make a play because I was waiting for the Shureg to come, and instead it was an Appaloosa. Oh, that Appaloosa negated me. That was actually smart. So yeah, this is a competitive game. Yo, come on. He got his Brigade Revolt. He set that nonsense. So we got a game here. Alright, so I set my Possessed and normal summon my Lina. And then I get into battle phase. He activates Revolt. Ugh. You hate to see it. Just like, how much advantage they get from this one trap? Anyway. Here comes Shureg. Whatever his name is. Ugh, hate this monster. Anyway. So I wanted to get rid of him, obviously. He chained his effect. Then changed some other effect which I don't really understand. And another effect, so like, you know, this guy. So just to vent a little bit, Brigade has so many effects compared to Charmer's cards. You could tell I'm playing at a disadvantage here. Like, this guy has engrave effects, this guy has link effects, and I'm here with one effect here. Try to compete against this guy. So, I hate Brigade. Like this deck is strong. Brigade is strong. I feel like if I ever make a Brigade, I'm going to the dark side. But all right, so he banishes my Iris. I'm able to get his Appaloosa off the board, but I'm kind of stuck here. So he has 3 cards in hand. Lightning. Then he can run his plays again. He brings back another link. Again into access code. Oh, he thought he was going for game here? Oh, hell no. I mean, obviously I have nothing in my hand to stop this. But this guy was getting a little greedy here. I just realized. So maybe he misplayed. I don't know. Because, you know, I'm at 8,000 health here. Or maybe he's just like, oh, this guy's playing a weak deck. He can't come back from this. That's probably what he thought. So I was able to come back. It took me a while. But, alright. So, I run my... This is engage? This is mobilize. Yeah, this is engage, right? Engage. So I draw my Hornet drones. I play the Hornet drones. Get my Kagari. Oh, what? Oh, so I was just trying to make use of whatever I had, right? So, did I misplay here? All right, let's see. I was just trying to go in for damage, I guess. Oh, did I not have enough spell cards? It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, so that's what it was. Alright, so that was a smart play. So, hey, Sky Striker engine saved me, alright? So basically, I was trying to get another spell in the grave so I could steal their Axis Code Talker. And I think I linked it off. Let's see. This is during the battle phase. And then in my main phase 2, I went Wind Charmer. And then of course he has a Ghost Ogre in his hand. Like, I mean, I gotta check out this guy's deck after this game and see, you know, how strong his deck was. Because this guy was super competitive. I could, you know, it's like I was playing like a platinum player, you know? So, but I was able to get back this card and normal summon because I guess I did normal summon all turn. Ugh, jeez, this was a struggle. Alright, so I special summon a spellcaster because I thought I needed another body, and of course the guy is Maxi. Yeah, this is like a platinum match, man. Like, with the amount of meta I had to deal with here, so I was able to pop his card because that's what Business Partnerships does. Control 2 different attributes, you can destroy a face-up card. So, but of course he has graveyard effects, and of course he top decks Regeki. I was losing my mind here. I wanted to win so bad. But I needed to top deck something good. And of course I get Harpies. Why am I not speeding this up? Sorry. So he draws nothing. I'm able to draw Gigabyte. And I go for it. I don't know what he had in his hand. Oh, Pot of Desires. Now he has 3 cards, but I guess something he could summon. I was shocked. I was honestly shocked. And I made the Brigade player surrender. Oh, you gotta love it. So that was my match against Brigade, and as you can see, he was a competent player. He was not like some, you know, casual like beginner like me. He was playing a meta deck. And he lost to going second Charmers. Let's go! Alright, on to the next replay. Alright, this was Phantom Knight. So, after seeing what they did, I mean, you know, they're fairly impressive. They could put a lot of bodies on board. But, you know, they didn't seem too strong. Like, you know, they're just using... Luckily I had the Ash there, but I feel like I slowed him down, but I didn't stop him. Because he was still able to put some big bodies on the board. Excuse me. So he ends up with Appaloosa and something else. But you know, Phantom Knights can definitely put a lot of bodies on board, but I really don't know how strong they are. Maybe it's because I haven't seen. I mean, a 3200 Appaloosa is nothing to, you know, laugh at, right? And what was I in silver, gold? Like, this is pretty decent, but you know, you can't stop spells or traps, right? So, but he can max C. So I made sure to keep it as limited as I could. So he ashes my draw on the Awakening. And then he negates my Ecclesia, so I'm not able to get Iris on field. And alright, so I think it was late at night here. I think I misplayed here because I thought I had this trap active. Because I thought I would get an attack boost. And so I feel like this guy thought I was incompetent or something. Because he got a little greedy here. Because so I activated this afterwards. Then I realized I made a mistake. So I feel like this guy got greedy here. Because he thought I was, like I said, like a bad player. But it's like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh's #1 rule: don't keep your opponent alive, right? So he leaves me with some life points. Like, I don't know why he has Cerberus here. This guy must be an old school player, you know? Just a link climb. So you get the 6300 access code, but I still have 250 health. So let's see where this goes. Witch into, oh, okay, so yeah, this is the Artemis play I was telling you about. So Witch into Artemis, Witch special summons, not special summons, draws Witchcrafter Golem to the hand, and I leave it as is because I know this guy thinks he's gonna beat me next turn because he thinks he's underestimating, right? And he's probably not reading Witchcrafter Golem. So I end my turn here. He apparently, right, is gonna swing per game. Bye bye access code. And, you know, I'm still alive here because Artemis has just enough attack to keep me alive. I mean, this Awakening of the Possessed card actually saved me, to be honest. He could have popped cards. He could have popped my back row and ended the game, but he didn't. He got a little too overconfident. So I bring the Dark that I top decked in. Awakening the Possessed gets me, who is this? Win. He makes Nightmare Phoenix, but he has nothing to discard, so he's not able to pop any of my cards. Then I droplet him because I'm not taking any chances here. Oh, actually, yeah. I needed that to happen. So I droplet him so I could bring out Iris because if a monster has negated effects, you can special summon Iris. So I do that, I normal win, I draw another card, and then I go in on this guy. That's how you take out Phantom Knights with Charm. That was really fun. That was a really fun victory. Especially since this guy totally underestimated me. So there you go. On to the next one. Alright, so this was a strange deck. I mean, whatever. Stardust, Red Dragon Archfiend, I guess. You know, it's probably a rogue tier, I would say. Not the strongest. Not as weak as Charmers. I'll say that. All right, so I Harpies him. So this is like Awakening the Dragon, this Starlight Road thing. So he got his Stardust Dragon on field. So I was a little bit shocked by that, because if you have Harpies, you use it, right? So anyway, smart play by him to run that trap. I was able to get Dogmatica and Witch of the Black Forest. So I used my attack increase, and he has some other trap here to bring out a bigger monster. But I'm able to take out his Stardust enemy. I sacrifice my Witch of the Black Forest to get my Golem, because Florides is a spellcaster, and I'm good to go. So he tries to swing in, I say nope, he maxes. And of course, I don't know if he had it in hand or if his maxi got him Regeki, but I was pissed at this point. And he defense positions. So he didn't realize he's in for a battle against Charmer. So luckily I saved my Mobilize for this moment. I got my Hornet drones. Go into my Kigari. So this is the play that I was talking about. You bring back the Hornet drones. Then you special summon again. You link climb. This time I picked Dark because he had some dark monsters. I kind of... you'll see. So I go into Celine because I have enough spells on board. I Shark Cannon his monster, and I forget that I'm not able to attack with it. But, you know, I go into access code. So I'm just trying to understand how I got that draw. I'm really not 100% on that. Sorry, guys. Because I'm in main phase 1. How did I get that draw? Alright, so I pop his card. I'm just gonna skip over that. Probably if I rewind it, I can figure out how I got that draw. But let's continue. So I pop his card. I bring in Dark, but I didn't realize I can't attack with this card because I used Shark Cannon. So I'm a genius. Sometimes I'm not. So I swing in, but it's not enough to OTK. So I go into Time Thief. Like, this is honestly a mistake by me. You can't leave the opponent with, you know, any health. But he conceded, so I got lucky. But you cannot leave. You have to OTK if you can, you know. So I should have link summoned into something else and, you know, went for some more damage. That's what I should have done. But there is Stardust. Red Dragon Archery. Not, you know, they weren't really prepared for me, I guess. On to the next one. This replay is short but sweet because I'm going second against... I didn't even know because they didn't play any cards. I'm going up against branded Despia. I don't know if I necessarily saw Despia cards, but they're definitely branded. So this guy maxes my Hornet drones because I guess he has a bunch of hand traps in his hand. But I can't just leave a token on the field, right? So I go into Kigari, try and get my card back, and because it's turn 2, I may as well go in for some damage, right? Even though I'm giving him some cards. So that's what I, you know, guessed. And, you know, I just swing in for as much as I can because why not? Turn 2. Again, as I said, leaving the opponent with life is a mistake. But I guess I didn't want to play into Nibiru. I mean, so I'll be honest. I had Nibiru in my hand, so I didn't want to special summon too much because I was afraid the opponent had it. And there's no way I'm coming back from Nibiru because I'm not even running Link Spider. So that's why I stopped there. But he just thought he had the game in hand. So he goes Brand Lost, Brand Fusion, brings in Rubilium, then I believe he goes into... Oh, so he is playing Branded Despia. So I beat the top meta with my Charmers. I mean, he passed first turn, so he, I guess, he bricked. But Mirror Jade. Yeah, so even the top meta decks can brick, right? So this is why, and he brings out the Guardian Chimera, which is cool. It's like, you know, I'm hearing Gold, you know, playing these decks, and I'm like, and I brick sometimes, and you know, you see these top meta decks breaking. Oh, so there it is. So he's going off, right? You know, he has a ton of cards in his hand, and he's like, yeah, I'm about to destroy this fool with his Charmers deck. And he doesn't know I have Nibiru in my hand. That's, like I said, that's why I stopped special summoning. I was afraid he had it, because I always run it. And see what he does. The Nibiru resolves. So, so in real time, right? I Nibiru'd him. And he didn't do anything for like, I'm not going to exaggerate. It was like 5 seconds. He didn't do anything. I'm sure he was raging. And he lost to going second Charmers with his top meta Branded Despia deck. Let's go. Alright, so there are the replays. I'm going to be honest here. I'm not playing Charmers unless I'm going to be, you know, in the next season, unless I'm like gold or I'm saying silver or below. Gold rank, I played a few matches like in Gold 3, and it was like at Emancipator, B Troopers, like these like rogue to tiered decks that are just so competitive. I cannot compete with my Charmers deck. I'm sorry. So I will be moving on to Dragonmaids. Maybe some Sky Strikers, possibly Salmon Great, just to keep going into the rank tiers. But you know, I hope you guys enjoyed. I really love destroying these meta decks, these rogue and meta decks with my going second Charmers decks. It was amazing. I'm leaving these replays up probably forever. So enjoy it if you want, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.